Hey VR painters, welcome to VR Painting with Tbone. I'm your host Tbone, and today I'm just going to go over your easel and all the different elements in the easel to make your painting experience a little bit better. So let's just dive in real quick here. So like I usually say, subscribe, like, all that stuff, you know. So let's get a new sketch going here, and I'm going to stay in basic mode because it's, you know, we don't have to get too crazy with it. And here's our tools. This is everything that we will be going over: erase, straight edge, environment, cameras, teleport, mirror, and undo and redo. Now, if you stay at the end of the video, I'll start diving a little bit into our brushes, which is going to be my next tutorial. This is going to be a quick series, just kind of identifying what all this stuff is. And I know you guys are, you know, smart people and you can figure it out on your own, but I'm just kind of giving you this guide to know what I'm talking about in my other tutorials, and you can play at home. So let's just get right into it. The tools right here, obviously the eraser is what it said it is. So if I do this, and I got this cool blue, you hit your eraser tool just like this, and you take this blue and gone. Simple enough, right? Now, straight edge is pretty much what it says it is. You hit straight edge, and now you have the ability to get nice, perfect, straight lines. Very basic, very simple. And for the beginners, I'm just pushing the trigger to paint, you know, and it's kind of cool, right? Anyway, so there's that. The next one is environments. Now, this one I'm not really going to go over because it's a whole set of things. So in the next tutorial, I'll go over all the details of all that stuff. But in the meantime, let's just continue with the tools. Now, the next thing is camera. So if you draw this, let me get out of straight edge because we're not using it anymore. But cameras, you draw like this cool little design and you want to save it onto your hard drive. What it does is gives you that option to give a nice cool snapshot, boom, of your work. And also you flip your thumb onto the pad and you can move to GIFs. You can move to, you know, video, do all sorts of stuff, and it saves right onto your hard drive, and you can just pull it off of that tilt brush folder on your desktops. Or actually, it's on your documents folder, and then tilt brush. So then you got teleport, and you could move around the room with teleport. It also resets you, so it resets you right back into kind of a mode, because if you're like all over the place and like you're over here, you can, well, the height wasn't really reset, but the positioning resets to more of a comfortable view, you see. So now we can move around. Okay, so very Star Trek-y of us, you know. So anyway, that's the basics of the teleport. So let's move on to mirror. This one I really love. This one I use a lot, and it really helps speed up your creativity and your creating. So if you're really into creating things that have to be, you know, in a nice symmetrical way, or you're trying to design something that's, you know, that way. And you grab the center of the mirror here with hitting your grip button on the side, and you can turn it around and move it. But if you hit this lock button, it moves it in increments, so you can get really precise on where your mirror goes. And you can do this, so when you're doing this and you want to do some like water, see how it almost looks like a reflection on the water, and you know, it's a sun or, you know, whatever. Get really creative with that. So the mirror is very useful just to make your life a little easier. And then, speaking of things being easier, you can go into undo and redo. So you can go back as far as you want. You can use these if you want on this palette, I like to call it, and you roll your palette with your thumb, but you really don't have to keep going back and forth to this, because on the thumb palette, once your thumb's down, you could just go back and forth this way, you know, so it's just kind of going back in our world. And if you hold it down, it just kind of quickly runs through everything. So that's it. That's really just the tools. That's as basic as it gets. You can get into an advanced mode and the tools stretch out even further, and I'll have this in a different tutorial. Since you stayed to the end, I'll show you a really cool brush, which that's what we're going into next. That's going to be our next tutorial of all these brushes and what they do. And you could play with this yourself, you can figure it out, but for the time being, this is kind of cool to make a fire. And I like to kind of constantly do this. So this is the brushes, so that's going to be our next video. We're going to go right into that. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell, because we really appreciate you helping and supporting us. And if you're learning anything, you know, let us know. Do a little comment below and say, hey, it doesn't make sense. You're not making sense. So I will adjust to anyone, making it easier for other people to kind of learn what this is. So this is our next tutorial. We're going to move into that next. So stay watching and, you know, just enjoy. I'll put this in the link below as well too. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again.